Kristin was born into the world loving Jesus. She never questioned going to Sunday school. She never questioned going to church. In fact, I think Kristin opened our eyes somewhat to what it meant to have a relationship with Jesus. The nurse met me at the desk. Now that was my first sign. The cancer is in Kristin's liver, it's in her lung, it's in her bone. And I was like, okay, what are we going to do? What are we going to do about it? From the time of diagnosis, we were both just filled with hope. Romans 15:13 was the passage that I leaned into. Oh God of hope, fill me with peace and joy as I trust in you, so that my heart can overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. And it did. I remember one morning as I was getting ready to go over to Charlottesville, which I did just about every day, and I was thinking, wow, are we going to have a story to tell? Not only how God healed her, but since the medical profession had lost hope
early on
from the get-go, never any hope from them. You know, we worked with some private researchers. The kind of cancer that she had, they had no survivors. There are no survivors. So I was thinking, boy, are we going to have a story to share when she recovers. And then this little voice in my head, I didn't want to hear it, but this little voice said, you're going to have a story to share.
Regardless
of how this turns out. In hospice house, these knots that came up on her head started to soften, you know. And Kristin had asked me at one point, she said, Mom, when are you going to accept this?
Yeah.
And I said, have you ever heard of Lazarus? And, you know, and I will have to admit that thought crossed my mind as she was there in hospice house. I think about her every day. You know, there's not a day that goes by.
There's still probably not a day that passes where my breath isn't taken, or I feel that I can't take the next step, or my throat will swell up, but it's momentary, and I don't consider it unnatural. It's still honoring the deepest memories of Chrissy. And, you know, something else will transpire and boom, it evaporates and you move on. But that grieving process, as subtle as it can be, still exists in ways that I hope and plan on carrying right to the grave. It's part of her legacy. It's part of our way of still honoring her.
I know Kristin is fine.
Oh.
I can't imagine losing a child and not knowing where they are.
Susie and I sustained a level of hope, genuine hope, that should it be God's will that she stay here, that we would pray for that.
Yeah.
But that His will trump everything that's going on.
It's drawn us closer to Him.
Didn't think that was possible.
No, and you know, I was thinking this morning, if someone had told me, now you're going to have to do this, you're going to have to sit in doctor's offices and listen to doom and gloom, you're going to have to have doctors look at you and say there's nothing else we can do. And you know, I would have said, not me, I can't do that. But I think God surrounded me with bubble wrap. I think it was the Holy Spirit that just wrapped me in you know, His arms. I felt like there's nothing you can tell me that's going to squelch this hope that I feel that she's going to be all right. I know some of the doctors at UVA thought that I had dropped from another planet when I said, oh, but you don't understand, you know, Kristin is going to be okay. On her first birthday, the first birthday after she passed away, I made cakes for the doctors at UVA who'd given us the most hope. The oncologist, he was a radiologist in oncology, and he came out and I said, you know, Dr. Reed, I said, Kristin is healed, just not the way we wanted it to turn out. I know that we will all be together again. I don't dwell on that because there's so much left here to do. I have never been closer to him before and after her death.
The relationship that I have personally felt with God has been one of reaffirming His presence. I feel your deep presence in my life in ways that continues to give me this sense of peace and this strong desire, when given the opportunity, to share the experience. I define that as a strengthened relationship that I knew was there, but has only been reinforced beyond that concentrated time with Him in ways that just tells me, man, you continue to trust me. I will always do the heavy lifting for you. When you are absolutely at your weakest, most vulnerable point in time, I'm at my absolute strongest, best possible exposure to you. So in everything that's occurred for me since then, I have leaned on that and have just felt that sense of peace. I
know there is a God because I experienced His presence. I think going forward, I'm not raising my hand saying, pick me, God, give me more. But I know that whatever lies ahead for me, my family, that I'll be okay. We've been through some of the most unthinkable things that parents can experience, and God was there. He was holding our hand throughout this, and so it's given me a sense of peace to know that whatever lies ahead in my life, Craig's life, and lives of our children and grandchildren, I know that there will not be more than I can stand, just like He promised, you know. I know that whatever, that He will be there. Yes, you know, we are devastated, but this has not stolen our joy. Our joy in life, yeah. Our joy in our faith, yeah. Our joy in the resurrection, and our joy in life